You know, the difference between a banker and a baker is one has dough and the other one needs it. My name is Victor Ashley with Skyline Properties. I'm a real estate agent out of Seattle, Washington. You could reach me directly at 425-559-4590. Please like, subscribe, follow. And if you like, you can also share this content with other people. Hey, so I just wanted to say thank you for anyone that has been watching for the last month. I've been doing these only for about a month, and I've gotten a lot better. You know, video quality's increased. You know, audio quality's increased. You know, I got a new mic and everything like that. But the main thing is I'm doing it because this is not only my journey, because I'm a renter right now, but this might be your journey. So I'm not sure who this content is exactly for, but it might be important to you. So if there's any questions, please reach out to me directly, and I'll be happy to work your own question into my schedule, and I'll see if I can answer it. Yeah, so thank you for that. Let's go into the review for our zip code today, and our zip code today is 98037, and that's in the Lynnwood area. So let's go into that. So let's share my screen right now. And Lynnwood, directly, just so everybody knows, Lynnwood is about 8 miles north, maybe 10 miles north of the Space Needle. So here's a picture of Lynnwood, and then here's our zip code right here. And this is in 98037. This is in between Seattle and Everett, and then also it's to the northwest of Bellevue, Kirkland. So I just want to give everybody a general idea where it's at. Okay, so let's go into what our actual market average is today. So last week, I did the market averages, and I only had 5 available on market. This week, we have 8, and we're actually going to probably have a little bit more just based on current inventory and such. But what I noticed is our price per square foot is $410 a month. And then our average aggregate house is $695,000, and it's been on the market for 90 days with 3.5 bedrooms, a little over 2 bath, and it's a little over 1,700 square feet. So that's the basic house that's available right now on the market. Now, I have checked the other zip codes, and you can also follow them in my other videos that I have in my playlist. But this is just the general idea of what's available on the market right now. And then hopefully everyone can see this, because I'm still trying to figure out exactly where my face goes in these presentations. But let's actually go into what it actually takes to buy that house. Okay, to buy the $695,000 house today, you're going to need a household income of about $210,000, monthly debts reoccurring under $250 a month. This is just in my scenario. Everybody's debt and income and credit is completely different. Just so you're aware, these are 100% theoretical. And if you want, you can also contact me directly, and I'll be able to get you in contact with one of the mortgage people I know. But that's just as you know. I'm also going to link right here. That is a link to the VA and also the USDA videos that I did with 2 people that I know, and that's Heidi and Tucker. So those are 2 of the mortgage agents that I know. I'll just link them right there. So let's get into this. So 210 household income, monthly debts low if possible, 60,000 down for your down payment. And then today's interest rates are 7.842, depending on your credit score and also your debt to income. Now, we've heard a lot in the last month or 2 of, you know, date the rate, marry the house. We've been hearing that for the whole last season. So ever since interest rates started going up. Well, now we just crossed into 7s again, and we're at 7.5, depending on your credit. So here's the problem with dating the rate and marrying the house. You might end up in a situationship, and that's our situation right now, because not only are the houses expensive, but now the cost to borrow money is expensive, and this is leading to a little bit of a decrease. So let's go into the actual. Let's see what this actually costs monthly. So $650,000 based on our scenario here comes out to a mortgage payment of approximately $4,700 a month. Now, to give a little bit of contrast for you, last year, it used to cost you approximately $3,200 a month. So this is the issue that we're running into. Buyers are being priced out of the market at the same time, more inventory is coming on. So now we have more inventory sitting, and buyers are not buying as much, obviously. So the cost has actually increased about 150% to buy a house from last February to this February. Let me actually go into the documentation for you on this. So last February, the average home being sold in this area was $975,000. This February, the average house being sold was $705,000. And then also when you get into your price over your listing cost, because again, last February inventory was also low as well as this year, but there was more qualified buyers. And because of that, there was 120% approximately being bid up towards your offer price. As of now, though, people are approximately your offer price at 100.6. Now, here's the problem too. There's a hidden stat in here, but if you have your house on the market for $800,000 and then you lower it to $700,000, and you get an offer for $700,000, that gets recorded as 100%, and it doesn't keep track of the $100,000 that you just lost on that house. So even though you got that house originally for $100,000 off of what somebody has, it's going to show up in the reports as a sale for 100% listing price. So that's just something to be aware of. And then also, here's another thing that I've been going into more, but according to the Census Bureau, the average household in this area that actually lives there currently and might have been living there for the last couple of years only makes $92,000 a year. Now let's switch them over to an FHA loan, because more than likely somebody in this income bracket is going to be using an FHA loan, and they're only going to be bringing between 3.5% and 10% down based on their down payment. So we're just going to move this to 25. And today, what these people can actually afford, depending on how things work out, are just at 7% and about $312,000 for a purchase price. And then that actual mortgage would look like $285,000, and your mortgage would be approximately, based on that and today's rates, $1,900 a month. So now we're getting into an issue where our rent's close to what the price is a purchase. And I'm going to get into that at a later time, more than likely next week or the week after that. I'm actually getting into a comparison of rents. So we're going to get into that eventually. But let's go back to our market averages right now. So to actually buy these houses, it's going to be more expensive. And that's something that we're running into right now. And not a lot of people are talking about it, but I'm talking about it. And hopefully people that are working with you are talking about it also. Just as a note, if you want any of this advice from me directly, please reach out to me, 425-559-4590. I do not represent you until you hire me, okay? And I also represent both buyers and sellers, but I do not represent them in the same transaction. That's against my company's policy. Okay, so let's get into this a little bit real quick. So we just covered approximately what people can actually buy in this area versus what is on the market right now. Let's go over what's on the market right now, and then we'll finish it up with what people can actually buy potentially. Okay, so 410. Let's take a look at something that comes in just under it. And it's going to put us a little bit higher, and it's been on the market now. Actually, yeah, let's use this one. So it's been on the market for 2 days, and let's go into number 6. So number 6, and again, this is not, I want to thank everybody, because this is not a channel where I just go over, hey, here's some pictures of pretty houses, and let's see what we can do to get you in this house. This is more of a, informational and how to buy guide, as well as a market review. So, keep that in mind as you're actually watching this, because the majority of the time that I'm actually doing this with people, I'm not trying to do it as a buy or sell recommendation. I'm trying to make the most sense possible for you in this scenario. Okay, so let's disclaimer done. Let's just move into this. Okay, so 3 beds, 2 bath. So 3 beds, 2 bath, just under 2,000 square feet, 2 days on the market. And our purchase price is $850,000. And our market rate comes in at $444 a square foot. Now we know our market rate is $410. And let's go back into this. Let's take a look on the house, and we'll give it a quick review. So on the outside of the house, we got the regular Rambler style. We do have a bit of a sunroom, it looks like. This is in the Edmonds School District. This is a school district that people tend to like up in the north side, as well as Mukilteo. Let's get on to the inside of the house. Inside of the house, it looks mostly maintained, well kept. And let me see if I can make that smaller. Perfect. We got a sitting room in the front. I believe based on the style of the house, this is a 1990s. Let's take a look at this. Yep, 1995. And that was just based on the style of the house. Let's go back to the pictures real quick. So the inside of the house, pretty standard carpet almost in everything except for the kitchen. In the kitchen, it looks like, we're going to get to it real quick, but the kitchen looks like it's been remodeled. The cabinets have been replaced. Everything's white with steel appliances, and more than likely it has a backsplash with tile. That's where I see just pretty much everything is like that. But yeah, it's just a basic house, and Rambler style, but it's just above of our price point. Okay, let's go into number 7. Number 7 has been on the market for 44 days now. So let's get into this one. I took a picture of this one. I reviewed this one last week, so I don't want to take a ton of time on it, but I did review this one last week, and this one's kind of interesting because this one, it looks like they only took pictures with a cell phone, and more than likely this is just somebody is just trying to get this thing sold for the least amount of money possible. I mean, for the most amount of money possible with the least amount of money on actually advertising budget. Okay, so 4 beds, 2.5 bath, a little over 2,100 square feet, 44 days on market. They were originally $880, and right now they're at $850, and the price per square foot comes out to $402. So now here's a contrast between the two. About $40 more square foot remodel versus, let's see what we have on the inside. So on the inside, we'll get there, but right now there's just a bunch of pictures on the outside of the house. And again, I think this was all cell phone photos. It doesn't look professionally done at all. It's very, very interesting. But when we get into the actual house, you'll notice here in a second. Looks like there's a little bit of an issue just with like maybe a power wash can work on the outside. But on the inside of the house, the carpets are going to be more than likely going to need to be replaced because there's runs in the carpet I see. All the staging is original furniture, so this is more than likely somebody lived here and is still living there with large furniture. The furniture might convey, we don't know. It looks like maybe the people are out of there, but you see the carpet runs here. Either the carpet got, this was just thrown in and it's not even tacked in at this point, or it's been or it needs to be completely replaced. Kitchen wise, there's almost no upgrades to the kitchen. This is what we see a lot in the 1990s range. You see a lot of the oak and just a laminate countertop kind of thing. Now this might be a granite, I can't really tell, but it more than likely it might be a granite. Okay. And then kitchen, bathroom. This is just a little half bath that they have at the top. But more than likely, you're going to have to put just a little bit of TLC in this to get this thing back up to approximately what the other one looks like. Let's do our final one. And I was kind of skipping around this one because I wanted to point this one out. Remember in my video, in the beginning of the video, when I actually talked about what people can afford in this area, here's something that kind of appeals for me and the average person or the average household that's actually buying right now. Based on just the whole market analysis. So number one, let's look at number one real quick. And again, I want to say thank you to anyone that gets this far into the video. I know these are kind of dry. I've been trying to, bump up my enthusiasm as I do this, and hopefully my mic actually worked today. But I do these a lot. I do these every day, and sometimes I have to reshoot these things 2 or 3 times. So I just really appreciate anyone that actually watches these and gets any value out of it. I'm just trying to provide a detailed analysis and give you an idea of what people actually afford in the market. And then at the same time, this is my story. I'm trying to find the house as well. Okay, so let's get into this one. 2 beds, 1 bath, 772 square feet, 2 days on market, 310. If you don't know this, I live in the Queen Anne neighborhood. I have a 2-bed, 1 bath, 700 square feet. This is very close to my house. So now I have a direct comparison of what it actually looks like. So you might at the same time, we have $401 a square foot. And let's take a look on the inside. This is a condo. Inside, completely remodeled. Paint pops, everything looks like a magazine. I think I've seen this one. No, I haven't seen this one before. We have a bit of a French drain in the back. I'm not sure if there's an up or a down, but from what I can tell, this is the ground floor. So kitchen, again, like I always talk about, we have a lot of whites, we have steel, and we have countertops with a little bit of tile in there as well. We have baseboard heating. And like I said, more than likely one of these rooms is going to be used as a office. Here is our full bath with an upgraded cabinets and such inside. And from what I can tell, this is just a decent looking beginner condo, and perfect for anybody like me or somebody with us beginning to get a little bit of a bigger household. Okay, so 1 bed, 2 beds, 1 bath, fireplace as well. And let's go into our prices. $401 a square foot, built in 1979. And let's just look at the HOA. HOA is $336, and pets are subject to restriction. So one thing that I covered yesterday is pets and restrictions in an HOA or a condo association. They're dependent on what's called CCRs. CCRs are, they stand for covenants, conditions, and restrictions that are placed on the association, and that's what everybody agrees to if they live in the house, in that neighborhood. But in closing, I want to say thank you again to everyone that's been watching this. I've been trying to give a detailed analysis every single day for the last month. So it seems to be working. If this works for you, please like, subscribe, follow. And then also you can share this with somebody that's also looking in this area or is potentially selling in this area. From what I can tell, people seem to be liking this. So thank you very much. The channel's growing. And as usual, it was a pleasure working with you. And I hope that you have a wonderful day.